So we'll record. Okay, and then we're just going to go into the live stream and let's hope it works today. Excellent, excellent. And let me just click into the page and tell the page what it is. Excellent. Very good. Yeah, it worked today. Okay, so let's go live and let's get started. So, hello and welcome to another session here at the Voices of Strength Summit. I knew this was going to be an amazing day. And, you know, this is the halfway speaker for the day. And I am so uplifted and moved. The honesty, the vulnerability that each of the speakers is presenting is exactly what Voices of Strength is all about. So our next honourable guest is the wonderful Professor Jagdish Khatri from India. He may tell you a little bit more about that. But I just want to start with this quote. You can't be a good human resource unless you are a good human being first. And many people strive for that. And I know I'm a witness that this man is a great human being. And Professor Jagdish is an academic, a corporate trainer, an author, a keynote speaker, a visiting professor and mentor. And he served as the director and chairholder of UNESCO Network Chair, Mysore University in India, a director of an MBA college, Sanskrit College of Management, Allahabad, India, president of Allahabad Management Association, mentor at International House of Speakers, and that's where we met, and trainer with the Knowledge Academy here in the UK. So you can see we have got such an amazing, accomplished man here with us today. And he is going to talk to us about striving for excellence. He may talk about his book, which helps you to be that best version of yourself too. So I don't want to say any more because the floor is yours, Professor Jagdish, and please share your nuggets of wisdom with us and the world.
Thank you, Madam Brenda, and the Book Brilliance Publishing Group for giving me this opportunity. See, it has been a wonderful journey while narrating our story through voices of strength. So let me begin about my life journey. I am Jagdish Khatri, based near Chandigarh in India. I am 68 years young fellow. And during my 46 years of work experience, I have done several roles as narrated by Brenda Madam. I have always tried to challenge the status quo and try to find a new challenge for self and for growth. So I used to say that I have at 68 years of age, I am neither tired nor retired, but only rewired to make a difference in different fields and try to make this world a better place by my humble contributions. You see, I have titled my presentation as In Search of Excellence. If there is one word in the whole dictionary that I like most, that is excellence. It's a journey. It's not a destination. Excellence means becoming a better version of ourselves each day, every day, on a continuous basis. Because it's a lifelong mission of becoming excellent in whatever we do, in all our roles. We need to be excellent not only in our workplace, we need to be excellent as a person, as a human being, as a father, as a son, as a husband, as a brother, as a social person, as a neighbor, as a friend. So we have got to be chase excellence in each and every field, in each and every role that we play. And this excellence is not to be flaunted or proclaimed by us. This is something which should naturally flow and reflect from our words, our behavior with others, our thoughts, our actions, our goals, our plans, our choices, and even the dress that we have. I mean, we can be excellent in 1,000 ways. And that should be our goal, that we are always in search of excellence. So, you see, I have tried to be, I'm not saying I have reached that stage of excellence, but I'm in search of excellence. Now, during my life journey, I have made several changes. And I started my journey as an engineer in a public sector undertaking, heavy industry, rose to become manager, then took a voluntary decision to change to academics. By that time, I had done MBA also. Now, how could I muster that courage to change from a plum, secure job to another field of academics? It was only with the total support that I received from my family, especially my beloved wife, who just left us for her heavenly abode a few days ago only. Total support from her and from my children also. That, okay, you do whatever you do, we have faith in you. And we had the blessings of the Supreme Lord that we worship, Vaheguruji, we call. So with all these blessings, these are the pillars of strength that a person should have. Faith in God, belief in oneself, support from the family members, an attitude of gratitude, continuous learning, and humility. These are the pillars of strength. I have also believed that in the power of dreams. Right from childhood, I have seen that so many dreams coming true at any stages of life may not be immediate. The power of dreams and the law of attraction, that really works. I remember the quote by Paulo Coelho in the famous book, The Alchemist. If you want something badly, the whole universe conspires to make it happen. And that really is extremely true. Like, let me mention some of the dreams that I had and that were fulfilled. Like, I wanted to be a teacher and trainer and motivator. I got opportunity to shift to academics, become professor, even become director of an MBA college, and also conduct training sessions. I'm just proud to say that so far I had opportunity to conduct training sessions on management aspects, on personality related aspects for industries, for universities, for institutions, students, up to say around 50,000 man hours of training sessions so far. And what can be the ultimate reward for a teacher? We all have known about fan clubs being made in the name of film stars, in the name of sports stars, also so far. Have you ever heard a fan club being made, being created by students of a teacher in the name of a teacher? Well, I have had that privilege that my students uh, in 2006 they established a students forum in my name. Uh, this is their was it maybe yeah Jagdish Khatri's Students Forum at City of Allahabad. And this is the memento they presented me on the first day with goddess Saraswati, which is known in India as the goddess of all the wisdom. So having my name, a students forum established in my name, I mean, it's really unbelievable for me. But that is the kind of love that I received from my students, for which I am grateful. Another, my ambition was to become an international speaker. Way back in 2007, I had gone on a visit to Pakistan to visit religious holy place of Nankana Sahib and Lahore and Panja Sahib, which are our religious places. And suddenly I got a call from Rotary Club of Lahore that they wanted to have a speech by me at Lahore. At a very short notice, a few hours, I was invited to speak on a topic, challenges of globalization for the developing countries. And you will not believe it went out so well, very well. And after the speech, I was mocked like a superstar. I mean, I could never forget that day. And that was my first international exposure as a speaker. Although I had been speaking at various forums, I was president of Allahabad Management Association, and so many sessions were held for lectures. But this was my first international exposure. And then I got opportunities to speak on several international conferences at Moscow State University, Moscow Pedagogical State University, at BRICS Forum, at UNESCO meetings, Globus projects, etc. Online meetings as a panelist on African TV in Cameroon, for institutions of Nigeria, Nepal, and being a member of esteemed group of International Institute of Influencers and International House of Speakers also. And now grateful to be on the Voices of Strength project also. So dreams do come true. Please work for it. It only requires intensity. I always used to say there are 3 Ds: dreams, destinations, and destiny. Dreams with intensity, they decide what destinations you want to achieve and you work for achieving them. Once you develop the habit of achieving various destinations with your full force, these destinations, they shape your destiny. So start with dreams, work for reaching some goals, some destinations, and that will define your destiny. I always quote my most favorite quote written by a couplet in Urdu by Dr. Allama Iqbal. I will narrate in Urdu and then translate in English. खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता teri raza kya hai. That means reach out to such heights of excellence in your own field that even God has to consult you before writing your destiny. That is the power of excellence. That is where, through the heights of excellence, that one can achieve. Now, another, my ambition was, and way of contribution was to become an author, to share whatever little I have gained over the years through all the readings, all the learnings that I received, and put it at one place. So I wanted to become an international author. And I'm happy to say in 2020, my first book came, Discover Yourself. This was published by a publisher, Lambert, at Latvia. And SELF is Self-Empowered Life Framework. My idea was to narrate a way where a person is able to explore himself or herself and design his or her own life framework with self-empowerment. And I am so proud to say that this book was later on translated into 8 European languages. 8 European languages by the publisher himself. French, German, Italian, Spanish, Bulgarian, Portuguese, others. So that is something, that was something unbelievable for a simple, humble person like me. Gaining international things. Now, if my writings are being read in several other parts of the world, I mean, there's nothing more pride for me. Now, after 2 years, in 2022, I published the Indian edition of the same. That is, Who Am I? A Guide to Discover Your True Self. This was by Notion Press. And again, it makes me proud to tell that this book has been reviewed by a prestigious forum of reviewers based in New York, that is known as Reader's Favorite. And they subjected my manuscript to review by several international authors and reviewers. And I am proud to tell that this book has received 5-star rating from that organization. 5 star is the highest rating that a book can achieve. So it's so humbling. The reviews that I have got on this, they are so humbling that it makes me, giving me a lot of satisfaction that my words are making difference to the attitudes and lives of others also. So I believe that one should not just be satisfied with smaller success in one particular field only. I used to say that success is the enemy of higher success. It may look odd to listen to, but it is true. I repeat, success is the enemy to higher success because it makes you complacent. And this complacency pushes you deep into a comfort zone where you feel no need to further improve upon or explore further or diversify into other areas also. This has happened to people, and this is true. This has happened with many successful organizations in the world, which were extremely highly successful, And later on, they just vanished because they could not reinvent themselves. So beware of having too much of smoothness in life. We slip on, we become slippery only on smooth surfaces, not on rough surfaces. These rough surfaces hold us tight to our roots. And so are the challenges in life. More the challenges, more you are cautious, you bring out the best in yourself, in your capabilities to remain and retain where you are and to progress further. So challenges are most important things in life, and one should not resist them, but for taking to newer goals. I mean, you see, there has to be a new you every day, every year. We should reinvent ourselves. That what more can we become? See, uh, we must have our own role models. We must have our own aspirations. I wanted to be a speaker at some UN forum, and I got opportunities to be a keynote speaker at UNESCO forums, and also become chairholder of a UNESCO chair at one of the universities. Now, you see, this is all possible. So, believe in the power of dreams and work upon for it. I always feel that there are two things are required for everything. That is passion plus compassion. Passion for the task we have, for the duties we have, for the jobs we are undertaking. And compassion for the people, for the relationships that we have, for the poor, for the society. So a combination of passion and compassion makes you a total human being, and brings us nearer to the becoming a good contributor to the society. So this is what I would like to be sharing about my life journey, and I'm sure we will have more such opportunities of interaction. Uh, thank you, Brenda, madam. If there are any questions, I would be happy to answer them. Thank you. Namaskar. You have to unmute yourself, madam.
There we go. Professor Jagdish, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing as always. What I love when I hear you speak is you speak with that passion, and it's very clear and it's concise. And that's the secret. It's that simplicity is definitely the secret to being a great speaker, and to sharing your message with other people. And you know, voices of strength comes from the inside. It's that connection with who you are. And I love that you wanted to talk about excellence, because I don't know about you, Professor Jagdish, but we come across a lot of people who want to be the best, but they're aiming for perfection. And we know perfection doesn't exist. And I remember when I became a leader, someone said to me, you know, you have to understand good enough. But actually, I do believe that we should always be striving for excellence, but it's limitless. And you talked about that, about some people getting to a certain level, where it's an organization or whether it's individuals, that they get to a level and they think, oh, that's it. And they don't keep going. But as we've heard today on the summit, it's about being that best version and always trying to be better tomorrow than you are today. And that's what I particularly say. So I would like to know more about, you know, your book, Who Am I? What a great title for a book. I wish I'd written it myself, you know. But you talk about self. Tell us more about self and how people, what tip can you give them to use that to help them be better tomorrow than they are today?
Well, thank you, madam, for your kind words. You see, one has to constantly explore oneself. That is important. As I mentioned in my book, which perhaps has not reached your hands so far, yes, madam. You see, these are the steps, the 6 steps, starting with self-awareness, then self-exploration, then self-analysis, self-development, self-empowerment, and reaching to the ultimate level of self-esteem. Self-esteem where you start loving yourself, you start respecting yourself. And that should be the goal of each and every individual. That howsoever we may be respected by others or not, but do we respect ourselves in our heart of heart? That should be the aim. So every day we must do something, we must learn something, we must add something to our inventory that makes us more respectful to each ourselves. So that should be the aim.
Absolutely. And Professor Jagdish, when we put out the videos to do with the summit, I'll make sure that we put a link in so people can get a copy of your book as well, because I just endorse everything that you've got within those pages, because it's part of my own philosophy as well, you know. And everything begins with awareness. You're right. It's awakened awareness. And I tell you, I just one last thing we can talk about, maybe, or maybe second last, is when I began my journey as a teacher, you know, academia as well, is that I trained as a reflective practitioner. And you can become more aware through reflecting on how you think, what you do within situations, by analysing, as you say, in your steps, and then by thinking, well, what will I do the next time? Will I do the same thing? Or do I need to change something? Or how do I need to think differently in order to work up your steps so that you can have that whole sense of self, of loving yourself, having great self-esteem, value, and worth? What would you say about reflection in part of those steps as well?
You see, as a teacher, we have a great responsibility not only to teach the syllabus, but also to develop good, respectable, reasonable human beings. These, as I said, that you cannot be a good human resource unless you are a good human being first. So I think the teachers must put emphasis on this role also, to develop them into good human beings through reflection. And this reflection has to be self-respecting, because each student, each person is a unique person. So although we teach same subject from the same book by the same teacher to the whole class, but not all the students are of same level, same IQ level, or same aspirations, same dreams, same strengths. So we also have a responsibility uh, to develop them into good social human beings also, a responsible citizens also. That should be,
Mm,
that's the power of reflection.
mm. I think, we've got a wee bit of time as well to talk about this because I love this topic. You talked about, you mentioned their responsibility. You know, people, I don't know what your thoughts are. People bang on about their rights, but what they forget is with rights comes a responsibility. It's not a right that you can do what you like. It's a right to do what you like within a framework, but take responsibility for everything that you do. Own your mistakes, own your successes, and and with those failures, as we've heard already, there's no such thing as failure. It's only learning. It's feedback. So, what would you say about responsibility, Professor Jagdish?
See, we have, as I mentioned once, that we are all are playing different roles. And in each role, we have to be excellent. So we are responsible to our family, we are responsible to our children to let them grow into better, good human beings, to educate them well. We are responsible to our neighbors, we are responsible to our nation, and we are responsible to our society. So you see, we are responsible to the whole planet also. So that green initiatives are there, green attitudes and behaviors are there. So, I mean, responsibility also comes into different shades. So we should not be just a bread earner for the family or a worker on a seat in a closed organization. I feel that we all are part of this globe, this planet. So we have responsibility right from planet to yourself also. So responsibility comes into different shades and requires different compromises, different contributions, and sacrifices also. So that should also be understood. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And I'm sure um, these concepts that we've just touched on, and I'm sure they're in your book without without fail, you know, because you can't talk about all the other things, you know. And just let's finish on something really high and positive. I love that. Dreams, destination, and destiny. And we can carve our own path. And that's what Voices of Strength is all about. That's exactly, you've exemplified carving your own path through your talk today, and having the dream and putting in the energy and putting in the work to achieve the dream, the destination where you want to go to. But as you know, when you get to that destination, there's always another destination to visit as well, and to aim for. And of course, the destiny is never a destination. The destiny is a path, and the destiny just evolves as we evolve, as we journey through this life, you know. So thank you for giving us the 3Ds. I do like that. I love that a lot. Dreams, destiny, destination, and destiny. I must remember that and talk about it and give reference to you. So what is your last word of inspiration so that the people who are listening to this can be inspired to take action? What's the one thing you would like them to take action on?
I think the one thing that I would like to mention to everyone is keep learning, keep growing. Because you see, one life is not enough to learn everything.
No.
One full life is not enough. So it's an ocean, and we must keep learning. And by learning, we become better human beings, and then we have got better chances of contributions. So learning and contribution must go together. Learning, we don't have to keep it to ourselves. And learning will start, as Aristo had said, that self-awareness is the beginning of all wisdom. So
Exactly.
learning first about self, and then use it, that self-awareness, to grow. So keep learning, keep growing, keep going.
Absolutely. As I say, you don't know what you don't know. So you have to awaken your awareness. And today, Professor Jagdish, you've certainly awakened more awareness within me. And I'm sure to everybody who listens in will also be awakened of something that they've maybe not quite thought of before. And this is the power of watching, listening, participating, going to events. We know that. And as educators, it is our responsibility and our duty to share that knowledge, that wisdom to others in the world. So thank you very much, Professor Jagdish, for being here today. I really appreciate you giving up your time. So namaste, and to everybody else, remember.
I'm grateful for the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And remember, be brilliant. Much love. It makes the world go round. And until our next session at 2 p.m. today, when we will be listening to the wonderful Mark Stephen Puller, another great story from another perspective. And I'm beaming because I'm so uplifted. So thank you for finishing off our morning session. And I think I've gone beyond saying bye-bye. So until the next time, till 2 p.m. Toodle pip.